the 80s.
Foreign cars driving fast, I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems, let me point up and up his magic. With the game.
No, I said like it sounds like it just made it out of the 80s, like.
Back, you laughing.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you get a look inside Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough.
Deal.
A moment ago, the pride of
Bet.
Massachusetts, the Patriots, and as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles.
So you better come with your A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. You better go with them.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Foxborough. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
She gotta come with a button. Now I'm up all of a sudden. Going rubber. Plain Jane.
That's your pop. You got a million more pounds.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And the tip there altered the ball.
Now I'm up all of a sudden. Now I'm up all of a sudden. Now I'm up all of a sudden.
That's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit
Yeah,
more
you
careful.
knew better, you do better.
Fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Damn, yo, Tom Brady got like 5 fucking X-Factor abilities.
Brady will try again on second down. Pressure comes and down he goes. The
None of
Eagles
them
get there
motherfuckers can prevent him from getting sacked.
Fletcher
That's what just happened.
never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss
He
of 12.
got 5 X-Factor abilities, and none of them could prevent him from getting sacked. You got superpowers for nothing, motherfucker. Yo, watch it.
It's Brady.
Hicks.
A fight for
Oh,
the
see, it's already stopped.
intercepted.
Come on, man.
Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
You need to open up a mad retirement museum and hang your fucking portrait up
envisioned
there.
ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter,
Hey.
first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
I ain't even going to stop. I be beating you so bad, you make me not want to play, man.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
Yeah, not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this again?
You know, Father,
About 45 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
That's who I'm playing right now. This skinny. That motherfucker is the most tryingest bad player I've ever
Penalty
seen in my
certainly
life.
helps him out as they come up on a second and 5.
He wants to be mad so bad.
Throwing his hands. He's going to go on top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Can he get his feet down low? It's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing out his hands. Tight coverage there. It's knocked away. Incomplete.
So they look like they were going to convert there on 3rd down, but
I'm flexing up in this bitch. And my pistol in my lap.
Each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting down and say, okay, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing that other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys. First and 10. Sony Michel, his first carry. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
You know what I would say, right?
On second down, Michel. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They fought up, they did it 2 and a gain of 1 that time. To throw it. He's coming down the hill. They got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that? What you hope is that you figure it out and you see that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability and a sack resulted. The Eagles offense set to begin the next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. And they lead the points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling the defense, thank you, a huge thank you. So then we can go
Points, and there he goes. Miles Sanders, 75 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I love you, man.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game.
What they say about you? You my motherfucking man.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
You my motherfucking man.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
On second down now, Michel.
Two pills in a row. Keep it up. Keep it up. Bring it in and out.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Remember, the object of the game is not to give me back the ball, it's for you to score. Hey, my son. Hey, son. Hey, son. It's meant for you to score, not people giving you a score. We're not on the same team. You got to get it. You got it. We're opposed. He has a tendency of throwing interceptions, doing shit to help me out, going for on 4th down, 75, shit like that. That motherfucker literally is in a league of his own. Yo, score card. You're in a league of your own.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so you're second and 11. On the ground, this is Johnson.
He just don't comprehend. Like, this shit not working. You got to do something different.
Before the quarter break. After 1-7-0, RDA Sports started the second quarter from Foxborough homesteading Patriots with the football. They're on the march, but facing a little third down here.
Tell me what you hate for.
What are you going to throw? the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
How would you throw it like that's that this?
Niggas be talking that shit. Always tripping by the bitch. Mad by the money I get. I really don't give a shit. You keep on in one team. Spending my legs ass.
You're worried. You're just trying not to change it.
You keep getting fucking
You got your ass chopped all fucked up. You better stop listening to that stuff. It's bad influence. You're bad community.
You never be fresh
But
in
you
me.
quit. You quit.
Get your check up. But only you shopping with me.
That nigga said he is
All right, let's go.
that motherfucker said he is more small.
If you just get it in his hands.
Or did I say just stop listening to that hip hop and hip hop?
The backup center, this first throw toward the center of the field, but it's
You need a new playbook. You need a new set of players. I know your shit. We don't even know your players. Why you always throwing them shots? You think you're supposed to throw it to me? Not your own. I'll play you next. I ain't worried about it. We'll see about it. I got it. You probably got it. We'll see about it. You know, and who is that, by the way? Anyway, my name's Skinny Dick. Who that? We're gonna see about it.
Sometimes I can't understand.
By the way, I gotta apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm looking over in your territory up here.
I'm back to you.
On my spot. Yeah, we're not talking about
Check this out today. Not to see your home. I'm about to 21 on the right now. I'm about to 21 on right now. I only got 14 chips. I'm driving towards the end zone, 38 yard line.
In the dude with the motherfucking ain't on the podcast.
That's what I like. Shit, let me use my motherfucking brain. Let me think. Let me think
Hey, the hell is you doing on Etheridge Swag? Hey, repent. Hey, you got me, man. You got me. You still, hey, wait, you still got to give me one possession. Where you going? Wait. There's always one after. You know that. Don't break the rules, man. Don't break the rules, man. You know the rules, bro. Oh, you fucking quit.
you can have that win, but we know you really ain't winning. Yo, now who I'm sending it to?
I got too much flavor, I got too much stuff. I got too much flavor, I got too much stuff. I got too much flavor, I got too much.
Takis. Taste the fury of our flavors and face the intensity. Yeah. I'm home now. It's over, man.
Nah, I'm about to find something to do, bruh.
She got a thing for Chanel vintage that drop before she can speak English.
I'm about to pop another Corona. That's what I'm about to do.
Love seeking attention. I mean, which one is it? You keep calling me a twin, but twins ain't this different. Mentally, I'm already on next year. That's some 2020 clear vision. You saying let you finish. I ain't trying to hear it. I'm off of spiritual lifting, but I don't fly spirit. I'm off of finding happiness, but down to die serious. All smiles, Kevin Durant trials. Had to blow it on the court, I must have blew a milli. I'm walking on all charges, that's my new Achilles. I know they love to rock a check, but who gon' do it really? Really? My depositions never surface. Tenenbaum know the logo on the jersey is getting purchased. 10 years in and y'all yet to hear my most important.
Hey, y'all talking too much drama. I'm gonna let y'all just listen to some music. I'll be back.
Trust when I say I'm never on the shit they assuming I'm on. Tales about me are like Corritos and Culiacan. Sashimi from Saito, you know that man, 2 Michelin star. Postcard from Grace Bay, sending my distant regards. Vision wasn't mine, told my niggas the vision was ours. Still a part of shorty, even if we've been living apart. Rocks will do you filthy for me soon as I give him the nod. Meaning he'll blast for me like putting the 6 with the guard. Hop on the float and show the city the one they appointed. The one that's rebuilding schools and feeding the homeless. Hang with my niggas, but sometimes I be trying to avoid it, cause they'll get to popping out of place like they double jointed. Goals was the top of the pyramid in this shitty world. I gotta get the most of everything as the axis on which it sit and twirls. Point blank period like a city girl. And then I bring it back to 50 world. Hey. Whoa. You made me this way, yeah. Before I'm gone out of this place, yeah. Put some flowers in my face, won't you? Let me know that I did okay. Don't wait till some other day, no, no. They let her wait till it's too late.
It's too late. Yo, hey. I was nominated, never won a Grammy. But I understand, they'll never understand me. A lot of lives lost, but I never panicked. A lot of lines crossed, I never did a zany. 100-room mansion, but I felt abandoned. Love making love, but where would love land me? Jealous, so they bitches be acting like they sleeping on us. But they speaking on us, Zulus, quarters, even numbers. Still blowing smoke as angels float above us. Love giving back, but will they ever love us? Chanel in the mail, FedEx from Pharrell. And what I got for sale, just sit on the scale. Triple beam dream, a buck on the shades. I really seen things give mothers the shakes. I really bought cars with women on face. I know it seemed hard, but money amazing. College loans really did fuck up her credit. Discover cars, look back, I know she regret it. But we keep pushing, keep our foot on the pedal. In the mirror, she a blessing, rebuking the devil. Living on the edge, she keeping me level. Money come and go, I'ma keep it forever. Money come and go, I'ma keep you forever. Slip on glass slippers that tickle with feathers. Everywhere we go, we create a dilemma. Coming to America, really the set. I let your soul glow, I'm keeping you wet. I'ma go Decembers, I know she remembers. Forgiveness for a sinner, but is it that simple? Holding on your hands, your body's a temple. Fly you out the cans, menages with bitches. Lobsters in the prawns, start you with spinach. Bottles for the dawn, our party's the biggest.
Maybach music.
Hey. Whoa. You made me this way, yeah. Before I'm gone out of this place, yeah. Put some flowers in my face, won't you? Let me know that I did okay, yeah. Don't wait till some other day, no, no. They let her wait till it's too late, too late. Hey.
Had a dream she was singing to me like Gladys Knight. True love in the projects is called paradise. All your niggas left, you wasn't acting right. But honesty itself a small sacrifice. My money bag heavy got me begging light. You moving funny, can you feel my appetite? Niggas conversations, a lot of it false. You own condos right over Carnegie Hall. Speak about your cars, but all of them park. You niggas money light, come out of the dark. You really are my type, it's not a facade. One of the reasons why I write, we got a synopsis. I'm always at the top of barbershop gossip. After further thought, better not knock 'em. Allocate some dollars to go out shopping. Bitch, we on the rail, it's time to stop talking.
Hey. Whoa, you made me this way, yeah. Before I'm gone out of this place, yeah. Put some flowers in my face, won't you? Let me know that I did okay, yeah. Don't wait till some other day, no, no. They let her wait till it's too late, too late. Hey.
There's a power in listening. It's what gives Audible members an edge. It opens our minds, changes our perspective, connects us, and pushes us further. The most inspiring minds, the most compelling stories. Audible.
That's my car. That's my car. Ooh. That's my BX. That's my car. Ricky, you ain't never gonna get that car. Huh? Don't worry, you're gonna get that car someday, Ricky. Boast.
Let's pull the 2-seat out, baby. It's wherever you want to go.
Just
Right into the music. This is how we do it. All night. Breezing down the freeway. Just me and my baby. In our ride. Just me and my boss. No worries at all. Listening to the
Would've came back for you. I just needed time to do what I had to do. Caught in the life, I can't let it go. Whether that's right, I won't ever know. But here
when
goes
I'm alone
nothing.
in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall. On the floor, but who can you call? My damn one who live by the code. Put this music aside, get it in on the road. Lot of quiet time, pink bottles of rose, exotic red bottoms, whole body glittered in gold. Following fundamentals, I'm following in a rental. I love a nasty girl who swallow what's on the menu. That money triple up when you get it out of state. Need a new safe cause I'm running out of space. L. Ray Jets and I'm somewhere out of space. In my 2-seater, she the one that I would take.
Got into the music. This is how we do it. All night. Breezing down the freeway. Just me and my baby. In our ride. Just me and my boss. No worries at all. Listening to the music.
Would've came back for you. I just needed time to do what I had to do. Caught in the life, I can't let it go. Whether that's right, I won't ever know. But here goes nothing.
Pull up on the block in the drop top chicken box. Mr. KFC, VVS is in the watch. Living fast where it's all about that money bag. Never front, you take it there, it ain't no coming back. Top down right here is where she wanna be. That's my goals unfold right in front of me. Every time we fuck her soul, take a hold of me. Addicted like Boogie, that be controlling me. That thing keep calling. Maintain, boy, I gotta keep ballin'. Pink bottles keep coming. James Bond coupe pop clutch 100.
Got into the music. This is how we do it. All night. Breezing down the freeway. Just me and my baby. In our ride. Just me and my boss. No worries at all. Listening to the
What
With YouTube Kids, you manage your family's experience. Just approve entire collect.
What's going on, everybody? It's Eric Ray back here with one of my yearly videos that I do at the beginning of every Madden season, going over the basic tips that you need to know to be unstoppable, to win a lot more games, whether you're playing franchise mode, you're playing against your buddies, or you're playing online against people from all over the world. These are things that a lot of Madden players overlook. They don't abide by these best practices, and it costs them a lot of games. So I'm going to go over them right now. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any uploads. I drop Madden tips and news every day of the week, keep you up to date on everything you need to know about the game. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to turn that bell on. Now let's get into it. Number one on the list, one of the most important things is you need to know your play style, and you need to set yourself up for success within your play style. So if you've been playing Madden for some years, you kind of know what you like to do best. If you're newer to the game, you're going to have to, get some games in and figure out what you do best, what you're most comfortable with. And then from there, you want to make sure that you pick teams and playbooks that best fit your play style, and you want to stick to what works for you. So if you're a heavy runner, if you have a lot of success running the ball and that's what you're comfortable doing, you want to look at teams like the Cowboys, for example, that have a great offensive line and have a great running back. You want to look at playbooks that have good under center formations and runs, like the Raiders playbook has a really good under center this year. You have playbooks like the run heavy or the run bounds playbook that have a heavier emphasis on the run game. You want to look at those type of playbooks. Now, if you're a heavy passer, for example, right? Well, you want to look at teams like the Patriots just because of the fact that they have the best QB on the game this year in terms of like his abilities and his ratings, because you need to look at abilities this year too. Same for the running backs. You want to look at the certain abilities that running backs have. If you're a passer, you want to look at quarterbacks and wide receivers, what abilities they have, because those are going to open up the pass game more for you. So, if you're a passer, you want to look at playbooks like the Patriots playbook, or the Raiders playbook is also another good playbook for passing as well, because they have a lot of good shotgun stuff. You want to look at these type of things. Now, if you're one of those guys that only plays with your favorite team and you don't want to play with other teams, well, you can still get away with that, unless you have one of those teams in the game. Like quite frankly, if you're a Dolphins fan, if you're a Giants fan, it's going to be hard to win a lot of games with those teams this year because they don't have a really stacked roster. Not even that it has to be stacked, but they don't have a good roster on the game. It's going to be hard to consistently win with teams like that. But if you're dead set on playing with your favorite team, whether it's a good team or a bad team, you need to figure out what the personnel of your team is, what are their strengths, and you want to play to that. So if you must play with the Giants, for example, well, you're going to want to be more run heavy, because not that they have the worst passing game. I mean, Eli Manning isn't going to be rated very good in the game, but they have some decent receivers and a good fast tight end, so you can get away with throwing the ball, but you're going to probably want to lean a lot more on Saquon if you're using the Giants. What you don't want to do is you don't want to force a play style on a team that it doesn't fit. So if you're a Cowboys fan, you don't want to be a heavy passer with the Cowboys because Dak Prescott in the game isn't rated very good. He's going to miss a lot of throws. And then outside of Amari Cooper in the game, the receiving threats don't have good enough stats to really create separation and consistently move the ball down the field. It's going to be a lot harder to throw the ball with them. You want to lean much more heavier on the run, just like they do in real life. And same thing for your defensive style. If you're a heavy zone guy, you're going to want to look and see, what teams have the better zone defenders, and you might want to narrow your teams down to those certain teams. If you're not going to play a lot of man-to-man, then that's not really going to benefit you that much. You want to find those teams that have better zone defenders. So you need to really focus on your play style and set yourself up for success within it. Next. Next on the list is personnel. Kind of goes hand in hand with this, knowing your personnel, knowing the ratings of them, looking deep into the ratings and not just the overall. So example, again, if you're a run-heavy guy, you don't want to just look at the overall of the offensive line. You actually want to go look at their run block ratings. because just because they're a high overall offensive lineman, they might be much more better in pass blocking. So you want to find those teams that have the good run blockers. Same thing we just talked about with the zone defense, or if it's man defense, vice versa. You want to find teams that have more defenders that are higher at whatever rating fits the scheme that you want to play. So you really want to make sure, you know, wide receivers, if you're a heavy passer, you want to see which wide receivers have the better deep route running, which ones on your team have the better short route running. So the guys that have the good deep route running, you want them to always be on the deep routes. The guys that are on the shorter routes, you want to make sure those are the guys that have the high short route running, the higher catching traffic, because they're going to be going over the middle, you know, in the middle of those linebackers and things like that. So you want to always look at the specific ratings that matter to each player when determining, you know, how you're going to use that team. The next one on the list is one of the most important, and that is clock management, something that most people are bad at. Even real NFL coaches a lot of times are not the greatest with this, which is really mind-blowing. But you want to make sure you limit, obviously, your opponent's possessions. You want to have more time of possession, but it's just little things. So, for example, if it's the second quarter and there's 2.5 minutes left and you just got the ball, you're 2.5 minutes from halftime, your goal should be to not let your opponent touch that ball again in that first half. Now, yes, if you have a breakaway touchdown, you don't pass it up. You always go take your points, but you shouldn't purposely be in a rush to score. You should be trying to grind that clock down and have the last possession, because there's a lot of situations where, let's say you're up 3 or you're up 7 and you held that ball, you got some extra points, whatever the case, and let's just say you go in a half up 7, and now you're getting the ball out of half 2, which is going to happen a lot of times because you didn't allow them a chance to get some extra points at the end of half, and now you're up 7 getting the ball. All you have to do now is go get 3 on your next drive, and you've made it very hard for your opponent to beat you, because the quarters in Madden are so short. The possessions, you know, there are not a lot of possessions in the game. So if you get halfway through the third quarter now and you get that field goal and you're up 10, your opponent might only have 2 more possessions for the rest of the game. He has to play perfect in order to beat you now, because you set yourself up for success by limiting the amount of time he has the ball. Same thing if you're at the end of the game, whether you're tied, you're down 3, you're up 3, whatever the case. If you're getting that ball and there's about 3 minutes left in the game, you should not want your opponent to touch that ball. You run the clock to 1 second every time. You try to stay in bounds, keep the clock moving, go downfield, get your field goal, or if you're already up, you know, run that clock out. Don't hike the ball at 10 seconds or 5 seconds. A lot of people make that mistake. You take it down to 1 second every time, and you milk every second off of that clock. You do not want to have your opponent with the opportunity to even have 45 seconds on the clock, because in Madden, all you need is one big play, especially if they just need a field goal. So you need to really make sure that you are holding on to that ball as much as possible when the score is close, and especially when you have a lead. The next thing on the list is you need to learn how to scheme. This is something that the pro players do very well, intermediate players do this okay, and the bad players don't do this at all. You don't want to go into a game with one play, one big route, because that's not going to beat too many people. And, you know, this goes back to the play style thing that we talked about. So you want to know, okay, if you're an under center type guy and you want to build an under center scheme, you want to look at those playbooks like the Raiders, the Rams this year, or some of the, you know, the run heavy, the run balance that have a lot of good under center stuff. And you want to find your bread and butter. Everybody has their bread and butter plays, their money plays. I don't care who you are. I don't care how sim or non-sim you are. Everybody has their bread and butter plays, just like in real life teams have their bread and butter. So you find out what that is, and then you build around it. So if your bread and butter is a toss play to the right, you need to find a formation that has, you know, if that formation doesn't have a lot of stuff you can build around that toss play, then you might want to move on from that. You want to find, you know, if you like running tosses, you want to find a formation that has a good toss play to the right, let's say, but then there's a good middle run, like a halfback dive or ISO, and then maybe you need a counter going to the left, and then you have play action plays that play off of those runs, and then other pass plays. You want to have a variety of different looks that you can give somebody. Same thing if you're in shotgun. You don't want to just have that one deep crossing route that you hit that goes to the right. You need to have, you know, screen plays mixed in there. You want to mix in the run too to keep them honest, even if you don't like running the ball. You want to mix in a draw or an inside zone out of shotgun just so your opponent has to think about it. You know, you want plays that attack the left side of the field, the right side of the field, the deep middle, the short middle. You want to make sure that they can't just key in on exactly what you want to do. Now, bad players, yeah, you might only need 1 or 2 plays to beat a bad player, but to beat an above average player, you're going to need to show different things at him. You can't just use 1 or 2 plays. So that's something you really need to learn how to really get in practice mode and find a good few plays in one formation and try to make everything look the same, but they're all attacking different areas of the field, because that is what's going to keep your opponent on his toes the most. The next one is kind of a small thing, but a thing that people just don't really pay attention to, and that's fatigue. You always want to monitor the fatigue of your players. When you're at the play call screen, you know, on the play call screen, every player is like a little circle on the screen, and once your player starts getting a little fatigued, he's going to turn yellow, and when he's really fatigued, he's going to turn red. If your player is red, you need to take him out of the game for a play or two. Especially if it's like a running back and you run the ball a lot. If Zeke is tired or Le'Veon Bell is like red, you don't want to run the ball with him because he's probably going to fumble. Specifically, as of the making of this video, fumbles seem to be happening a lot in Madden 20, so you definitely don't want fatigued players out there. Even if players are starting to get yellow, you might want to just take them out for one play, let them get their win back, and then you sub them back into the game, because that is going to limit the amount of turnovers you get in terms of fumbling the ball. The next one on the list is you need to learn how to user control somebody on defense. And this is scary for people that have never done it before, but you need to get comfortable doing it. You're going to mess up a lot when you're first starting, but that's how you get better at it. Using a defensive lineman in Madden is just not going to set yourself up for success, because you're taking away the ability to completely shut down one route per play. Now, good players can shut down multiple routes of play because they're really good at kind of baiting and jumping around, but you need to at least be able to take away one route per play, because if you're on the defensive line, the AI is just not going to do that much for you. They're really just not. The AI in Madden isn't even that great, so you can't rely on them to just jump routes for you and to make all the plays. You need to at least be able to take away what you think is the go-to route every play. So you can get on a linebacker. This year I would suggest more so getting on a safety, just because the linebackers have been a little bit nerfed. But you know, if someone wants to run a slant or a crossing route all game, like we said, you know, a few minutes ago, you want more than one play. But a lot of people that go into these online games, they only have one play. They have one route that they want to hit. If you just get on a defender and you just sit on that route, you can beat all of those players. But if you're on the defensive line, they will hit that route over and over again. But if you sit on it, you can get interceptions, or you know, if you're not comfortable with that, you could swat the ball away, which is a lot easier. But you're not letting him make that easy completion. You're forcing him to at least have to go to another option or switch up his play. And there's a lot of people, maybe half the people that play this game online, that can't do that. Once you take away their bread and butter, they just have nothing else. And the only way to do that is by getting on a defender and manually taking that stuff away. So it's something you need to become more comfortable with. Get in practice mode, mess around with it, start doing it in games. You will mess up, but over time you get better at it. And once you get better using on defense, that is one of the things that's going to separate a bad, or you know, an average player, you know, from an above average to a great player. Using on defense can take your game to a whole new level. Using the defensive line is just not really going to get it done in Madden. The next thing on the list is learning from your opponents. A lot of people don't do this enough. Like, if you run into somebody and they just have, you know, they're just hitting you with a great play or a great formation that you aren't familiar with, take it to practice mode and see, you know, if you have some of those plays in your playbook, maybe you want to incorporate some of that into your offense. Or if nothing else, set up those plays and learn how to stop them. Learn how to slow those plays down, because if you run into something good, chances are you're going to run into it again from other people, especially things, you know, that become popular. So if you get beat by something, take it into practice mode and learn how to stop it. And then if you want to, incorporate it into your offense, because if it worked against you, it'll probably work against other people as well. And you always want to have the most at your disposal to beat an opponent. And then the last thing I'm going to go over here kind of goes a little bit hand in hand with that, and that's just never stop practicing. You know, I could be 3-4 months into a Madden season, and I'm still going to hop into practice mode 30 minutes a day, an hour a day if I can, if I have the time, because it doesn't matter how comfortable you are with your scheme, your playbook. You could think, oh, I know my playbook back to front, I know all the good stuff about it. I guarantee you, if you jump into practice mode every few days at least, and you just give it 30 minutes or an hour, you could find a new play in your playbook. Maybe not something you could necessarily scheme around, but it's always good to have a handful of those one-off plays that you could just pull out at a random moment of the game, you know, a crucial moment, and you could pull out something that you haven't shown your opponent all game and just catch them off guard. It's good to have a bunch of those in your back pocket, and the only way to do that is to continuously be in practice mode. Same thing on defense. You might just be messing around and you might find a new blitz that you can just randomly mix in, or a good coverage defense that you can randomly throw at somebody. You always want to be expanding your game and what you can have at your disposal, because that's only going to make you tougher to beat, especially when you're in those close games and you need that one little extra play that you haven't shown them all game, and something likely that they haven't seen from anybody else, because it's just something buried deep into your playbook that most people haven't thought to go look at. You might have that play, and that could win you the game. So those are my basic tips right there. If you follow these and you stick to them, you will win more games. You will have a lot of success playing this game. That's how everybody else that has become good at this game, that's where they started, that's how they did it. They stick to those principles, and then through repetition, you just get better and better at playing the game. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, as always, just like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to be playing 2 games. The first guy is Ion Fiber, who actually has a service where you pay and you get to play him. We're going to try it out. We're going to go play him. The second is against Precise, one of my biggest rivals. You guys, if you've been on the channel, you know who he is. We always have super good games. I need you guys to know, if you guys like this video right now, you will win your next 5 Madden games. Okay? That is a guaranteed, somewhat truth. And also let me know if that actually happens. And comment down below what's the most overpowered team in Madden. The one with you gets the most upvotes or the most comments. I'm going to do a video with. Guys, subscribe to the channel if you guys new. Hashtag road to 1 million. We're getting so close. We're at like 960. I love you guys.
Hey, what I like about having my own chat room and shit is y'all can't kick me. Y'all got to listen to what I listen to, and y'all got to do what the fuck I say. I like this shit. I'm no longer going to be y'all's bitch. I'm no longer gonna be y'all's little hoe on here where y'all can kick me out of chat rooms. That's why the title says what it says. Nope. You're my only friend, Skinny D. I'm gonna admit. I'm admitting to everybody. Skinny D's my only friend, man. Established. We've been friends for about what? We've been friends, Skinny D, for about what? 2 months? When we get to 6 months, Skinny D, I'm gonna send you some money over there so you can buy yourself some lunch. I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm actually smoking a blunt, laughing at your bitch ass for thinking that you're my only friend. You're not even. First off, you're not even my friend. Let's clarify that. You are just a chat room fucking arch nemesis. That's all you are. That's all you are. Remember that. That's all you'll ever be to me. And if and when I do come to Philly, in a couple months, I'm not gonna come see you, and don't ask me. And no, we're not friends, buddy. Stop trying to make us friends. We're not friends. We'll never hang out. You'll never see me. I'll never see you, man. You're just a chat room arch nemesis of mine. You are a YouTube competitor. You're just a gaming competitor. I got another one sitting right next to it if you want me to use. I got another one sitting right next to it if you want me to use that one. I mean, I got 2 of them if you don't like that one, bruh. Hey, why don't I just pay for... Hey, can I do this? Why don't I just pay for another screen name and play both my PlayStations at the same time? So when y'all kick one of my names, I'll go on my Ghost account and you won't even know it's me. And I'll still be in the chat room. And I'll pay another $10 a month. That's fine. Okay, he threw 85% completion on that drive.
Ready? Oh, ooh!
Oh, you're getting your ass whooped. Oh, haha. See, I like how y'all come into my chat room and y'all kick it, y'all hang around for a second, you know. But when I go into y'all's chat rooms, y'all want to. Skinny D, I want a rematch. I want to play you. I want to play you with the Giants. I want to show you. I want to show you the Daniel Jones experience. Hey, yo.
Hey, we're Uber feeding. We're down here in, where you are. We're gonna come by for the game, but we're down here Ubering.
Okay.
Uber feed.
to Atlanta. Damn.
All the places you could go, I just want you to somewhere that has somebody that you know. I'm always up too late, I worry about you there alone. In that place you call your home, warm nights and cold Patron. I hope you don't get known for nothing crazy, cause no man ever wants to hear those stories about this lady. I know they say the first love is the sweetest, but that first cut is the deepest. I tried to keep us together, you were busy keeping secrets you were telling everybody but me. Don't be fooled by the money, I'm still just young and unlucky. I'm surprised you couldn't tell. I was only trying to get ahead. I was only trying to get ahead. But the spotlight makes you nervous.
What it says? Kick me now, bitch. Yeah, they're listening to music. Look, what this is I run my own chat room. No one can boot me. No one can kick me. And they're all in here. Y'all just keep listening. Keep listening in. So now I run a podcast. This is my podcast. I swear to God I do.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how you talk all this shit and we still lack communication? How beautiful our kids would be, girl, I don't need convincing. How every conversation starts with this time will be different now. Oh, the idea is fun. Oh, the idea is fun. Oh, the idea is so fun every time. At least we try for home run every time. Swinging, eyes closed, just swinging. Same city, same friends if you're looking for me. Same city, same friends if you're looking. I'll be here just swinging. Don't talk to me like I'm famous. And don't assume cause I don't respect assumptions, babe. I'm just trying to connect with something, babe. Yeah, swinging, hey. She just wanna run around the city and make memories that she can barely remember. And not allow her talk about pussy power. Yeah. She just wanna run over my feelings like she drinking and driving in an 18-wheeler. And not allow her talk about pussy power. She used to say you can be whoever you want, even yourself. Yeah. I show up knowing exactly who I was.
50, guys. If you ain't past the 50-foot skip, and that's in the fourth quarter, you gotta go for what you gotta go for. I'm not gonna look at you, kid.